Right now, I'm at some beautiful views out here in Michigan, and I want to give you the 3 top best places to live in the state of Michigan, and it's coming up right now. For things to do and sights to see, you are now watching Live Great TV, and I am your official host to Living Great in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and the West Michigan area. My name is Vaughn, Greathouse. Hey, if you want to know more about the Grand Rapids area and what it's like to live, work, and have fun in West Michigan, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and slap that notification bell. At least hit the like button so you won't miss out on all the brand new videos that I put out each and every week, because I love making these videos for you. But even more than that, as a licensed real estate agent in the state of Michigan, I love helping you make that transition to the West Michigan area. So that number, that email coming on your screen right now, that's my direct contact info. Yes, I'm the one who answers those calls and messages. So with that being said, let's get into the video. All right, so right now I gave it away. I gave you that information right out the bat. Going with number 3, no place other than Grand Rapids, Michigan. And there's a few reasons why Grand Rapids is one of the top places to live. It's actually the second most populated city in the state of Michigan. So a lot of people are attracted to this area because it's not too big and it's not too small. I always call it the perfect little big town. So if you're looking for something that's not small and podunk, where there's, you know, cows and chickens running around, but there's also not the hustle and bustle of the city, big city living, this is gonna be the best place to live, because right near downtown, there's plenty of things to do as far as activities. Headline artists come here, country, jazz, rap, no matter what kind of genre that there is. A lot of big events that happen in around this area. It's actually a really happening spot, and we're right on the lake in Michigan. So it's a huge highlight for people who are coming to visit. They actually have a great time, more than they expect. That's some of the things that I hear from folks all the time. Like, hey, we came to West Michigan and we had an absolute blast. So especially during the summer months, there's no one who does summer better than West Michigan in general. So living on Lake Michigan is a huge highlight, a huge draw, and it's awesome because another great thing about it is we're centrally located between Detroit and we're located between Chicago. So if you look on the map, we're smack dab right in the middle, which you would never expect, but there's a lot to do here. We have the 4 seasons. That's an awesome highlight to people being out here and enjoying themselves throughout the year, because even though you're in the same town, the weather changes. Even right now, as I'm freezing, it's cold, it's wintertime. You get to throw snowballs and have a blast. We have a nice ski hill at Cannonsburg, or you can go to Bittersweet in Kalamazoo. We still have a lot to do year round. So it's a great highlight to being out here. All right, one of the things with that, especially the 4 seasons that we get in the wintertime, is we get a lot of snow. So if you don't like snow, you probably should not come here. If you don't like to be cold, you like to be warm, stay away from Michigan, or at least just come for the summertime, because this is a huge highlight to people being out here. Another thing is, with the snow, there's salt trucks. These salt trucks go all throughout the city, all throughout the highways, and they throw salt everywhere, so it gets on your car, which has the potential to rust it, but it also damages the roads. And some people say we only have 2 seasons. We have road construction and winter. So yes, throughout the summer and spring months, and even the fall, we have a lot of construction that goes on here, so you have to bob and weave and get around. So coming out here, it has its plus and its minuses, just like any city, but I definitely want to be the one to tell you right up front what you're getting into as far as what you can expect. Another thing that's kind of a negative here is that there's not a ton of inventory on the market. Yes, we're seeing this nationwide, but at the same time, I have to shoot it to you straight. There's not a ton to choose from. There's more people looking for houses than there are houses here, and that goes pretty much everywhere. But when you see a good house on the market, you make a fair offer, you can get your deal accepted in this market. Along with that, I've heard from other folks, especially who aren't used to being here, that we have high property taxes in different areas, more so than some of the smaller towns that you'll see. But overall, we're somewhere around the median average for home taxes. So that's just something that people notice, and I want to put out to you so you have a heads up on that as well. A great draw to the area is that it's very community oriented. A lot of people who come out here, they have a great time because there's a lot of events, family events, events for singles, all downtown, throughout Holland, throughout Muskegon, all throughout the lakeshore. In this area, there's plenty of things to do year round, and that's a great thing because when you're in an area where it doesn't seem like people support you, it kind of makes you feel disappointed. But if you're here a new entrepreneur or you're starting a new job, people around the area are just friendly and they're very supportive. For young families who are coming out here, this is a great place. It's not a lot of commotion. It doesn't make the headline news all that much. So it's a great place to just be on your own and do your own thing out here. Now, with that, the nature scene here is amazing. If you're an outdoors person and you like camping, hiking, boating, sledding, snowmobiling, you're gonna have a blast here year round. We have the Grand River that runs all the way through. People fish there all the time. They ride their canoes, they ride their bikes along the path, bird watch, people watch. There's a ton to do as far as that naturey stuff. If you want to go camping, you can literally drive 30 minutes up north, 45 minutes up north, or you can go south and find a place to camp, go on the beach, ride on a boat. You can do so many things here throughout the summer and winter months. If you're a nature lover, this is definitely a place you want to check out. Alrighty, so we're gonna go to the second place on the list, and that is going to be the Traverse City area. Now, a lot of people who are looking at Traverse City, they're thinking, you know what, that'll be a great place to, check out the vineyards and check out the boating life. It's a very similar lifestyle to, I would say, like a Holland out here in the West Michigan area. But if you go north, you have that northern Michigan vibe. It's so much more hospitable there. It's more of a small town out there, and you can actually get to know your neighbors a lot better. It's a smaller town. The population isn't too large, but one thing that is a negative to the area is that a lot of the people who are there, they're saying that it's a little overly populated. It's a little overpopulated. And that, with that being said, it comes with its pros and cons. People don't live there year round all the time, so it's a great vacation spot. So if you're like someone who just wants to get a vacation house, there's a ton of that's out there. If you're someone who wants to live there year round, there's pros and cons to that as well that you can actually look into. So as far as that goes, it usually kind of dies off towards the winter time, but it's still a great time year round. I got a chance to visit Traverse City, and I'll actually put a link up so you can check out that video where I talk about Traverse City and how that might fit your lifestyle. It reminded me a lot of Holland and Saugatuck kind of mixed together as I was there. So it's a great place to go. If you're thinking of summer, that's probably the best time to go. They have the Cherry Festival every year. Torch Lake's not too far. There's so many great things. The beautiful lakes that are out there, the vineyards that are out there. You can go wine tasting. You can have nice wine and cheese. There's a lot of great restaurants to go out there. It's a family-oriented place as well. Even if you're retiring or if you're single, no matter who you are, Traverse City is a friendly, fun area that you really will get a hold of. Not to forget to mention, we have those 4 seasons, and that's all over Michigan. The beautiful falls there, there's nothing quite like it. So the place number 2 on the list is going to be Traverse City. Alrighty, last but not least, number 3, or number 1, because it's the biggest place in Michigan that a lot of people know of, and that's going to be the Detroit area. Now, when I speak of Detroit, when you talk to people from the east side of Michigan that come over here to the west side that I speak to, they actually talk about the things to do there. There's a lot of culture in Detroit. You have GM, you have the invention of the automobile right out the gate. So that automatically brings a lot of people there for one. The next thing is music, Motown. You're talking about the Temptations, Diana Ross. You have all these big names. Eminem, Big Sean, we have Madonna. There's so many other people that are from Michigan as far as the music scene. People just love the music scene out here when it comes to the Detroit feel. You have the Detroit pizza. There's Detroit style just has a flow to it, a type of rhythm to it that a lot of people love. I don't want to forget to mention the surrounding areas, because the surrounding areas such as Farmington Hills, Novi, Livonia, Clarkston, Royal Oak, there's a lot of great places that are suitable if you just want that chill, relaxed type of lifestyle, if you're just an everydayer type of person, but you still have access to sports teams, the Detroit Tigers, the Detroit Pistons, the Detroit Red Wings. There's so many great things about the Detroit area that you can't forget to miss when it comes to living in Detroit. Now, the median home prices are fairly lower, but there's more of a demographic as far as the homes that are out there. You have mansions and estates, but then you have some areas that are really rough that need a lot of rehabilitation. So knowing that, it's one of those things where you have to really know more about that specific town that you're moving to kind of get a feel for your lifestyle. And if that's the case, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help you navigate that area as well. Now, another negative to living in the Detroit area is that it's big, it's spread out. There's like 2 or 3 million people, maybe 4 million people that live in the Detroit area. So it's really a big deal when you're traveling to go one place to the other. If you don't have a car and you live in the Detroit area and you need to get around, that's something that you should probably put on your radar as an inconvenience potentially, as opposed to Traverse City or to the Grand Rapids area that you're gonna wanna know and look out for. The bus stations aren't that vast, they're not that great. I read a lot of forums and I hear from different people that live there. They have the DOT, they have the People Mover, they have a few different things throughout the downtown area to get around, but outside of that, where a lot of the residential areas are, you're gonna run into where you may need a car, you may need to use public transportation. If that's the case, that's definitely something I wanna put in front of you if you do not drive, so I wanna make sure you know about that. Some people may have a negative connotation when it comes to Detroit, and I can definitely understand where you're coming from because there is a poverty line that is in the Detroit area. So knowing where you're moving is very crucial. There's a lot more people, so you have a lot more dynamic as far as that spectrum. So just take that into account as you're deciding where to go. Make sure you're doing good, thorough research, such as watching videos like this, subscribing to the channel, so you know more about those areas and you can make an educated decision. However, I will say Detroit is making a major comeback. A lot of new businesses, a lot of great shopping, a lot of that history is coming back to the forefront to actually give you that Detroit taste, that Detroit feel, and know more about the surrounding areas so you feel confident in moving there and you're actually happy that you did it. Another great thing about the Detroit area is that you have a lot of cultures. You have a lot of diversity in the area as far as jobs, as far as people, as far as terrains, places to live. And not to forget to mention, there's a lot more lakes on the east side as far as inland lakes that if you want to live on a house on a lake, you're going to be able to find one in that area a lot quicker than you are over here in the West Michigan area because it's so common. So I just wanted to point out some of those great things about the Michigan area and what you can expect as far as moving out to Michigan. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out like I said. Those are your top 3 places to live in the state of Michigan. And again, for things to do and sights to see, this is Live Great TV. I am your official host to Living Great in Grand Rapids and the West Michigan area. My name is Vaughn, Greathouse. Hey, if you want to know more about the Grand Rapids area and what it's like to live, work, and have fun in West Michigan, or anywhere in Michigan for that matter, feel free to hit that subscribe button, slap that notification bell, or at least hit the like button because I love making these videos for you. But even more than that, as a licensed real estate agent in the state of Michigan, I love helping you make that move over to the Michigan, West Michigan area. So that number, that email coming on your screen right now, that's my direct contact info. Yes, I'm the one who answers those calls and messages. So with that being said, that's it. We will see you on the next video.